bear even to talk to him. And he has a rule of what in this book? Huh? Silence. He loves him so much that he doesn't even want to influence him. And you say, that's love? Well, for him it is. And he only starts talking to him when he leaves him, when he goes secular. In the meantime, what does he use Reuben for? I see you guys have really read this book, haven't you? You're really into this book, huh?
He uses him to learn about his...
To talk to his son.
To talk to his son.
Yeah, he talks through Reuben to his son, doesn't he? He cultivates the relationship with Reuben because he knows that Danny likes Reuben or respects Reuben, and the two have become friends. They became friends. I thought they hated each other. The first chapter of this book, they hate each other, right? But we've got to get into the next chapters, and that's what we're going to do in a second. But the point here is that the conflict really comes to a head. You see, this starts in approximately when does this narrative start? How do we know what the year is here? 1944, why? Well, why? What's happening? Yeah, but what's happening? Right? World War II is 5 years. No, that's not what's happening. What's happening? Normandy, right? Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. You read it. Well, how do we know he's in the hospital, right? They're listening in the hospital room. What are they listening to? The radio, the description of the Allied troops landing on Normandy. Hello, hello, it's June 1944, in case you didn't learn it in high school or secondary school. If you didn't learn it in high school or secondary school, go back and beat your teacher over the head, okay? They should have taught you that anyway. I think that would be a useful thing. If you didn't, you could have seen the Steven Spielberg movie, what was that called? Saving Private Ryan. He had his own version of that, which was, pretty fair movie, actually. What's going on there? It's like, is it Jingle Bells or what's happening? Okay, so let's go over. So we know it's 1944. So over time, they follow the Allied armies in the background and these little events that are going on in the book, right? So there's no break between Reuben and Danny at this point, is there? The point is that how do Reuben and Danny get to be friends? Danny's father, I think it's Danny's father, makes him go in and apologize to Reuben in the hospital for having broken his glasses and almost blinded him. And Danny comes into the hospital while Reuben's in bed, and how does Reuben treat Danny? He's just like, he's just like, basically, is very peeved at him, isn't he? What the hell are you doing here? Basically, he says, get the hell out of here. I don't want to talk to you. You did that on purpose. I know you did that on purpose. So in a way, he admires Danny, doesn't he? Because how could you think someone could hit you in the head with a baseball from a pitched ball on purpose if you didn't think this guy was Superman? You see, he does really, and you can see from the beginning of the first chapter, I'm trying to read the whole thing, Danny is a special kind of person. So he is the anointed one for his father. He is supposed to follow his father in his role as the charismatic leader of that community. There are several different Hasidic groups, 5 or 6 who escaped from Eastern Europe, came to Brooklyn, some went to Jerusalem. By the way, in Israel, if you've ever been there or go there, I'll ask you a rhetorical question here. Some of you will know the answer to this. Do the people in Israel like the Hasidim? No, they hate them. Say, what? How can the Jews in Israel hate the Hasidim? Because they don't serve in the army. They don't serve in the army. they don't bear their share of the struggle. You say, well, I'm a Muslim, I'm an Arab. The hell with all of them. I don't give a damn where they go. Okay, well that you can have that attitude, but that isn't understanding your enemy, if you want to call it that, or your opponent, or whatever you see these people as. Whether you like or dislike them has nothing to do with understanding them. So whether you like or dislike a certain group or feel in conflict with them, you still have to understand what's making them tick. Why don't they like this group or that group? Well, because the Hasidim get a military deferment. I mean, even Druze, you know who Druze are? Druze are an Arab Shiite sect in the Lebanese mountains, in the Syrian mountains, and in northern Israel or Palestine. You say, well, they're Arabs, right? Yeah, but I don't want to be upsetting to anyone here. They don't really like the Arabs very much. The Druze and the Arabs fight a lot in Lebanon, Syria, and other places. They're all Arabs.